So I heard you're a DJ that wants to get more bookings. Well, you're in luck. My name is Danielle. I'm a talent buyer in Los Angeles. I've thrown over 150 shows in the past 2 years, and I book DJs in every single genre: house, disco, techno, bass, dubstep, rhythm, D&B, you name it. And I'm gonna give you my top 3 tips on getting booked more. Okay, number 1, this should be self-explanatory. The music is more important than everything. So whether that is the music that you are DJing in your sets, or that is music that you are actually producing and creating, all of these other tips are basically helping you to get people like me, aka talent buyers, managers, whatever, to listen to your music. So if you have shitty music, none of these tips are going to apply. But I have a feeling you wouldn't be watching this video if you thought your music was shitty. So let's get into my first official tip. In my line of work, I am getting probably 100 to 200 cold outreaches from DJs every single week, whether that is Instagram DMs, text messages, email. People are referring DJs. Like, I am looking at so many different DJs every single day. In my opinion, there's almost no way for me to get back to everyone super fast. And that's just something that I've accepted about my role. I've hired A&Rs, I have A&Rs. It's hard to get back to everybody. So if you want to stand out amongst a sea of emails, keep in mind, I run an underground rave collective in LA, and there are collectives that you guys are probably reaching out to that are 50 times bigger than mine. And I already can't deal with all the emails because I'm getting so many every single day. Okay. So this is just my opinion. Keep in mind, not everyone is going to be like this, but across the board, when I'm talking to other talent buyers, other collective owners, every single person appreciates when you come in person to support the collective. So you bought an early bird ticket, you got that first drop RSVP, you bought a ticket at the door, whatever it is, that signals to us that you actually care about the collective enough to take time out of your very busy day, spend your expensive gas money to come support. And that is going to speak louder than any email, any DM, anything. Is just coming in person. I will take it even a step forward. I am always more likely to book someone that actually offers value in some way. So I've had people say, hey, I'm really into like permitting. Like, I would love to help you make sure that you get the right permits for your events. We'll talk, whatever. Always in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I really would like to book that person because not only is he a great DJ and a great producer, he also really like did me a favor in helping me with permitting. Other examples, there have been times where I have wanted to extend my party 1 more hour, and there was a great DJ in the crowd that's like, yeah, I'll play for free, whatever. Played an amazing set that provided value to me because I didn't have to pay for another DJ. There are DJs that I have booked have come early to help set up, have stayed to clean up, and I'm not saying that you have to do any of this by any means, but that is always going to stand out more in my mind, and I'm pretty sure anyone's mind, when we're thinking about, oh my God, who would be great for this slot. And again, going back to point number 1, all of these people are amazing artists, amazing DJs, producers. Like, the music was number 1, them coming to support and them helping the collective is number 2. Now, let's say you don't live in the place where you're trying to get booked, or you work a job that you cannot go support these collectives, or let's say you're a woman and you don't feel comfortable going to these underground raves by yourself. That is valid, okay? Let's go into the cold outreach because I have booked many, many people that I have never met, have never seen, and they just sent me a mix that was awesome. Tip number 1, short and sweet. I don't need a long ass paragraph about your backstory, where you're from, where you went to college, your friends, your upbringing. Like, no offense, I don't care. Okay, back to point number 1. It's the music, baby. We are booking based on the music. Or at least good talent buyers are. So I really appreciate when I get an email or DM is, hey, my name is whatever. Here's my DJ name. Here's 1 to 2 sentences about who I am. For example, I am like an Asian queer DJ in LA that owns my own rave collective. So that's what I would say if I was reaching out to someone. What else I like to see in the email? Genres. I like when it's really specific, like house music could kind of be anything. Techno could be anything. Is it trance? Is it hard techno? Is it bounce? Is it hard groove? Like, specify exactly what kind of music you play. And then again, I have gotten so many submissions where there's no music. No music, guys. Record a 30-minute set and put it on SoundCloud. Include that in your emails. Here is a mix. So that way, us as talent buyers can open up the SoundCloud, can open up the YouTube video, whatever it is that you are sending, the Dropbox link, whatever, and we can envision you playing our party and figure out whether this is going to be a fit or not. Besides that, other things, if you are a more established DJ, you're already getting booked, you're playing, I really like to see things like shows that you've recently played, even if it's just smaller underground collectives. Like, me seeing names that I recognize that you've played definitely makes you a little bit more reputable in my book. Like, okay, they played XYZ party that I really like, I'm more likely to book you because now you have experience. Just like an employer would look at a job resume. So any like festivals, afters, any shows you've played. If you're a producer, obviously seeing artists that have supported your music. Are there any artists that you've opened up for? Anything notable that I would recognize the name of, include in the email. And then lastly, unfortunately, social media is a part of the game. There are some talent buyers where social media is the end all be all. We've all seen it, we all hate it, but unfortunately it is part of booking these days. For me in particular, I don't care if you have 200 followers, 50 followers, 100K followers. For me, I want to see your social media because I kind of want to see your vibe. Sometimes I will look at DJs and I will look at their Instagram and there's not one indicator that you are a DJ on your page. That signals to me that maybe you aren't super serious about this, maybe you're not playing a lot, and even though that's not the case, unfortunately, that is just where our mind is going. So when I see a DJ, for example, I booked a DJ that had, I think, 100 followers, but their entire page was posting the flyers of the events. They had story highlights of different shows they had DJ'd. Like, you can tell that they really care about their DJ project, about what they're doing. They want to be a part of this scene, and that to me makes me more likely to book you. And again, this is advice for any job. Like, if you show that you really care and you're really passionate, it is going to show through, and sometimes the best way to get that across is social media. Okay, my next tip, and this is probably the most important one, is the follow-up. The follow-up, guys. Okay, the follow-up is what actually inspired me to make this video, because last night I was booking for a drum and bass show that I have next Sunday. By the way, I literally have like 7 shows this month that I've been booking for. And drum and bass is a show that we've never done just a strictly drum and bass. We've only thrown it in some of our dubstep raves. Okay, so I'm already kind of looking through Instagram. I have spreadsheets. I'm chatting with my A&R. We're chatting with our residents. Like, who should we put on the show? And coincidentally, I get an email from someone that has been emailing me for months, by the way. This is the 3rd time that this person had reached out to me. And I got the email like 2 hours before I had opened up my laptop. So he emailed it at like midnight. And he was like, hey, I'm a drum and bass artist. I just played these 3 major festivals. Here is my mix. Perfect cold outreach. I listened to all the mix. I sent it to the A&R. I'm like, this person's super dope. We should book them. Boom. Another example, I was booking for a bounce like techno night. I had never done a night like that. I've also obviously done like house techno, I've done techno, but I've never done like a strictly like bounce. And a DJ had been reaching out to me from San Francisco, again, over the course of months. She emailed me her mix. I remember I listened, I responded, I was like, this is super cool, but I don't really book this genre. I'll let you know. She followed up with me like 2 months later. Hey, like, let me know if there's ever a slot. I really want to come to LA, blah, 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 blah. Just opened for XYZ artist. Again, sending me more music. And I was like, yeah, nothing, yeah, nothing. So when she continued to follow up and I had a bounce techno night coming up, she was at the top of mind, and she was actually the first person I booked for the show because she was persistent in the follow-up, okay? Sometimes when you are an amazing artist, and again, this is only from my perspective, you could be the best artist in the world, but keep in mind that every single show only has what? 3 to 5 slots. And again, remember, there's hundreds of DJs reaching out every single week. It is impossible to book every single amazing DJ for every single show. Sometimes your genre, like your vibe, is maybe gonna fit only a certain time of the night, and I can't get you in. So if you continue to follow up with me, every month, every couple months, like, I'm never ever annoyed by like a tasteful follow-up, and I'll go into what a tasteful means in a second. I will never be annoyed because I would rather you continue to follow up so that I don't forget to book you when something pops up of that genre. Because again, although we have A&Rs, we have spreadsheets, we have whatever notebooks that we're writing down who we want to book, the best way to be top of mind is to just follow up. Now, what does a follow-up look like? Because I've seen good and I've seen bad. Okay, a bad follow-up is when you reach out, you have done nothing for me, I don't know you, and you act entitled to the slot. Why aren't you booking me? I've reached out to you a million times. I'm so upset. I've had people literally go on social media and try to attack me because they're like, I've reached out to this girl 20 times and she refuses to book me. What the hell? That is number 1, how not to get booked. And I'm gonna address this in my next tip. But a tasteful follow-up is, hey, hope you've been doing well. Here's the new song I put out. Hey, haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you're doing well. I saw you have a show coming up this weekend. If there's an open slot, I'd love to play. Hey, are there any shows coming up in the next couple months that fit my genre? I'd love to play. Liking an Instagram post, commenting on Instagram, swiping a story, like, those are tasteful follow-ups that are genuinely, again, appreciated. And sometimes I'll have DJs follow up with me and I literally just forget to respond because, again, remember the hundreds of DJs per week. And those DJs will continue to follow up with me even if I haven't responded the past 2 times. And those are the DJs that get booked because, again, they're top of mind. So just a quick, hey, how are you? Don't forget about me. That is literally all you have to do. If it's an email, just reply back, be like, hey, following up. I think it's even bonus points if you say something that you've been like following the collective, like, oh my God, I saw you release this festival. I saw you book this artist, like congrats. By the way, let me know if there's a slot. My last and final tip, and this goes for anyone, DJ, trying to get a job in the music industry. I think this applies to anything in life. No one owes you anything. Period. No one owes you anything. No one owes me anything. I reach out to people trying to DJ. I reach out to venues trying to get my party there. I reach out to people to collab. I don't get a response. I don't hear back. I get no's all the time. And I never once am sitting there being like, I can't believe they don't want to work with me. Like, I'm the best. This makes no sense, because everyone is doing their own thing and no one in this life owes you anything. You could be the best DJ, you could show up to a party 50 times, you could send a million mixes, and honestly, it might be that someone at the collective has beef with you from high school and that's why you're not getting booked. Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and it's better to just not take things personally, because again, there's only 3 to 5 slots every single lineup. You're not entitled to any of those slots. I'm not entitled to any of those slots. No one's entitled to anything. And I promise you will get the most opportunities. You will get the most success if you understand that no one owes you anything and you continue to push this industry optimistically, continue to try to help people, and you do everything that you can do in your power to succeed, and you don't force other people to do things that they might not necessarily want to do. Because again, I've had people coming to me with nasty attitudes because I'm not booking them, and I promise that is the number one way that you will never, ever, 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 ever be booked at my stage. In fact, I don't even want you to come to the party because this is just rude, okay? But those are my tips. Let me know if they were helpful. If you are a DJ or producer or maybe a rave collective owner that has advice for DJs, leave them below in the comments. And of course, if you want to support me, my Instagram is Danielle Tudal, my TikTok is Danny Ashley, and my rave collective's name is The LA Raver. You can find us on Instagram and on our website. Best of luck out there, and I will see everybody at the rave.